Namaste, party people. It's me, Selfish Yogi. Thank you for coming. Guys, so excited for today's episode. We have a great one for you lined up. And I know I always say this, but today I really mean it. This is going to be our best episode ever. Why, might you ask? Well, because we're going to learn how to love ourselves more. And that is the entire purpose of this channel. We're just here to love ourselves a little bit more, all right? So without wasting any more time, we're going to jump straight into it. We are going to go over the 10 reasons why you should be journaling right now. Well, not right now. You can wait till after this video, all right? Right now in the metaphorical sense. Look, I'm not a robot, all right? I can't memorize 10 points, all right? So I'm just going to be reading my notes. I know you're not going to judge me, all right? Number 1, improves mental health. So journaling creates a dialogue in the mind. So we start to associate ourselves differently with our thoughts. All right? So when we journal, we become more aware of our mental state. And when we become more aware of our mental state, we become more clear, more focused, with more direction, and so many other things. All right, so this is simply a journey of going into our minds. Number 2, improves emotional health. So journaling brings mindfulness to our emotions. Again, this is just about creating a dialogue with ourselves, all right? So we're diving into our emotional state. Simply by asking the questions, how am I feeling, we begin to go deeper into our emotions, all right? And so what do we want with our emotions? We want to feel them more fully, and we want to let them go. So by tapping into our emotions, we're going to start to feel them more fully, which will allow us to let them go. Number 3, improves physical health. So journaling lowers your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure, and releases dopamine. This will activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which allows your body to run in its most optimal state. All right? Just don't ask me what any of that means. Number 4, boosts confidence. So journaling brings your desires into form. You start to ask, what do I want? What do I really want? So when you start to ask yourself what you want, you become more self-assured. You start to go after what you want. And going after what we want creates confidence. Number 5. Discover that you are unlimited. So the deeper we dive into ourselves, the more we realize that we are unlimited. So we learn that all of the limits that we've put have been self-imposed, and they've been fortified by our culture and our society, when in actuality, it's myth. So the deeper you dive into yourself, the deeper you realize that you are. Number 6, become more empathetic. So when we start to understand ourselves better, we automatically understand others better because we see that we're the same. It's the same soul, my soul, his soul, her soul. It's the same soul. So when we dive deeper in, we realize that the self is not personal, it's universal. So we begin to see and identify the soul in others. Right? So when we can understand ourselves better, we understand others better. And when we understand others better, we become more empathetic. Number 7, become more peaceful. Who doesn't want more peace, right? So when our body operates in rest and repair mode, thanks to the parasympathetic nervous system, we feel more at peace in our bodies, in our minds. So we will start to relax physically, mentally, emotionally, which has unlimited benefits. We already know that the more relaxed we are, the more peaceful we feel, the happier we are. It's really that simple. Number 8, become more honest. Guys, so the moment we ask ourselves, what do I want? Is the moment we begin our journey into the truth. So just posing ourselves the question, we begin to be honest about ourselves and about what we want. So we start to go after what we want. We stop pretending and we pursue our dreams, because that's what we're here to do, to go after our dreams. And first we have to be honest. What are they? Number 9, trust life deeper. So we see that Mother Nature doesn't make mistakes. Life is perfect. Yes, that's right. Your life is unfolding perfectly. And look, I know. It might not look like it. But life has the plan. You might have an idea, but it's life's world, isn't it? It's not your world, it's life's. Right? So we see that life doesn't give us exactly what we want all the time. We learn patience, that life goes at its own rhythm, no matter what we do. So we learn to relax and trust in the rhythm of life, because it's a simple choice. Do I want to be happy or not? Number 10, last but certainly not least, love yourself more. Guys, this is the idea behind not just this video, but the entire project of Selfish Yogi. Love yourself. It's the most important thing we can do. So journaling is a practice which allows us to dive into ourself. It allows us to go within and to uncover the jewels of our being. Love, compassion, wisdom, to name a few. But what about anger, insecurity, attachment? We're all of it. All right, so we begin to see that all of our feelings are valid. There are no mistakes. So everything we think, everything we feel, everything we do, it's all us. So we see that everything in our lives, not only is it valid, but it is our teacher. Right? So journaling will allow us to see how every aspect of our life is teaching us. So on this path, we begin to understand ourselves better. We begin to accept ourselves better. We begin to tolerate ourselves better. And finally, we begin to love ourselves more. And that is the name of the game. All right, guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for coming. Have a beautiful week, all right? Namaste.